Imagine for a moment that everything you desire, every dream, every goal, every version of yourself you hope to become is already yours. Not will be, not might be, but is. I am telling you something most of the world will never understand, and yet it is the truth that governs all things seen and unseen. You do not become the millionaire version of yourself by chasing money, hustling endlessly, or striving with effort. You become that version of yourself by assuming right now that you already are. You must begin with the end in mind and then live from it. The outer world reflects the inner state. That is the eternal law. If you believe yourself to be poor, to be limited, to be waiting on a breakthrough, then the world will conform to that belief. But if you dare to truly feel, that you are already what you desire to be, then the world must mirror that inner conviction. This is not fantasy. This is not hope. This is law. Now you may ask, how do I act as the millionaire version of me now, when my senses tell me otherwise? You must deny the evidence of the senses and accept the evidence of the imagination. You must clothe yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is the key. The moment you accept the state of being a millionaire, even while your bank account says otherwise, even while your surroundings may still reflect limitation, you begin to shift reality. Because imagination creates reality. Not thought, not effort, not action. Imagination. You must revise your concept of self. You cannot bring the new into your life while identifying with the old. The poor man, the man who sees himself as lacking, as struggling, cannot manifest abundance. That self must die. It must be buried. And from that burial, the new self is born. The self who is already abundant, already rich, already in possession of the fulfilled dream. And this new self does not strive or worry. He assumes. He knows. When you walk into a room, how do you carry yourself? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? The millionaire version of you walks differently, speaks differently, thinks differently. He has nothing to prove. He does not seek validation. He is, and that state of being radiates from him like a fragrance. It cannot be faked, because it is felt. So you must ask yourself not, what must I do, but what must I assume? If you were already the millionaire, would you be anxious? Would you be desperate? Would you constantly look around, hoping for signs? No, you would be still. You would be sure. You would go about your day in peace, knowing that all things are working for you, not against you. And it is this knowing, this inner stillness, that begins to draw all things into harmony with your state. Feeling is the secret. The state you occupy emotionally is what determines your reality. If you persist in the feeling of wealth, even when circumstances suggest otherwise, those circumstances must bend. They must conform. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of assumption in action. And the law does not fail. You must dwell in the end. Not momentarily, not occasionally, but consistently. You must fall asleep each night as the millionaire version of you. Let that feeling saturate your being. Let it dominate your dreams. Let it become more real to you than anything the world says. Because the world is a shadow, a reflection. Or the soul is a shadow, a reflection. And the light that casts the shadow is your imagination. Do not ask how it will happen. That is not your concern. The moment you ask how, you step out of the state and back into doubt. Your only job is to accept the end as done. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and rest in it. The bridge of incidents will unfold perfectly. People will appear. Opportunities will surface. The very atoms of your world will rearrange to reflect your state. And you need do nothing to make this happen, except remain faithful to your assumption. There is a version of you, right now, who lives in abundance, who wakes up in beauty, who moves through life with ease, who blesses others simply by being. This version of you is not separate from you. It is you in another state of consciousness. And you have the power to step into that state now, this moment, by accepting it as real. You must refuse to entertain contrary thoughts. You must cast down every imagination that exalts itself against your assumption. When fear whispers, it's not working, you answer, it is done. When doubt says, you don't see results, you declare, I am the result. This is the discipline of faith. This is the spiritual muscle that must be strengthened daily. You are not manifesting money. You are manifesting a version of yourself that has money. Hear me clearly. You are not trying to get something. You are becoming someone. The version of you who already is what you desire to be. That is the one you must claim. And from that claiming, everything else flows. Begin now to speak as this new self would speak. Not arrogantly, but confidently. Speak blessings. Speak gratitude. Speak as if it is already yours, because it is. Your words have power, not because they are magic, but because they flow from your inner state. And when you speak from the state of fulfillment, the world must echo back your assumption. Walk differently. Sit in stillness, and see yourself in the home you desire. Driving the car you love. Giving freely to those in need. Not someday, not in a future time, but now. Feel it real. Smell the air. Hear the sounds. Touch the textures. Let the scene live in you, and you in it. That scene, fully accepted, will harden into fact. Do not be discouraged by delay. Delay does not mean denial. It means the roots are growing. It means the seed you planted is taking form beneath the surface. Keep watering it with your assumption. Keep shining the light of belief on it. And in time the fruit must appear. The world is plastic to your inner vision.